Good morning, everybody. How are you? This is my test to see if everything's working. This is a new, okay, good. It's the right direction. Good morning, everybody. And I have sound. I'm sorry. Those of you who watch us regularly know that we've had problems with Facebook not videoing in the right direction, and so I tried something new again today and it seemed to have worked. So hopefully I can see the comments now on my iPad. That's what I'm trying this week. So how is everybody? Are you hot? I am hot. I think I am over these 100-degree days, and I think we got a few more of them. Next week, no, tomorrow. Tomorrow it might rain a little bit, so it might be a little bit cooler tomorrow, but holy Hannah. Holy Hannah. Hopefully everyone can join and see that we're live and pop on. So, Fran is obviously not with me today. You guys know when I'm here that I'm in my home studio, and my home studio is one of my happy places. So I love being here, and I love showing you guys what I'm working on and chatting for a few minutes with you. So Fran has spent this last week at Donna's house. She's actually flying home. She might be on the airplane right now. So she's flying home. So she'll be home this week, or today. And she is been working diligently to try and get the next second Saturday quilt designed. So we start the next second Saturday demos and everything in October. So it'll be the second Saturday of October, which I don't have that date handy. I should. But signups, it'll be October 10th. Signups will hopefully be live, we're hoping next month in August. And we give first priority to anybody who did second Saturday with us this most recent year. And then if we have any spaces left, we open it up, which we typically do. We typically have spaces that we can open up for everybody. But if you are interested and you haven't done it with us, call the store and get on an interest list. Now, what that interest list does is it doesn't sign you up for anything. You're not committed to anything, but it lets us know how many people are interested, so that when Fran is looking at ordering fabrics and getting everything taken care of, that she knows, oh, okay, we need about the number we had last year, or we have a lot more people interested, so we need more this year. So it's a mystery. Oh, good morning, Jordan. I hope things go well. Yeah, so it's a mystery. Nobody knows what it looks like until the very end. And we also call it a skill builder. Good morning, Marianne. How are you? We also call it a skill builder because we want to teach you some new tips and tricks. And maybe it's just a new ruler that will help make things a little bit easier for you. Maybe it's a new technique that you've never done before. Sometimes we've had applique. This last quilt we did not have applique. Jordan, I hope that they can figure out what's going on, and I hope you get feeling better quickly. Sometimes we've had applique. I don't know if this next one will have applique yet. I haven't gotten that many details from Fran or not. And she may not tell us. I don't know. She's pretty secretive about it, and it's really fun. I do help test, and so sometimes I see things like a month in advance, but typically I don't see things super far in advance either. So she loves that secret aspect of it. So, and I think a lot of you do too. So, and so many times I've been so surprised. I mean, I'm making the blocks every month. And I did Second Saturday with Village Dry Goods before I started working for Village Dry Goods. And then I did it for many years as just an employee. And then the last couple of years, I've been actually part of like testing and helping Fran get things ready. So, but there was so many times that I've been sewing blocks and going, what is this going to look like? And then I see it at the end and I was like, wow, that's so much better than I imagined, or I had no clue what it would look like, or whatever. So one of the really fun ones, actually, it's right here. Hang on, let me grab it. So this quilt was our Second Saturday quilt 3 years ago, I want to say. And it is 4th of July, okay? And it's really cute. And I actually have never sewn on my pinwheels that go on this quilt that are so cute. So this is what it looks like, okay? I know you're not going to get a great view of it, but this is what it looks like, okay? And when we had all the ladies make this part right here, we had them make just that, all those browns and tans together. And I'll see the pinwheels go right here. And they are all cut out right here, ready to go, but I'm bad sometimes at finishing them to the last little bit. Anyway, so the ladies were just like, what is that going to be? Like, they were just so confused. Then once they saw the reveal and they realized it was a picnic basket, they were like, oh, it makes so much more sense. But there were so many people who were a little worried. But we all trust Fran, which is why we do this program, and we have so much fun doing it. So, Marianne, I am well and sweaty. That's exactly how I feel. There's a really funny reel going around, and this lady's like, I am sweaty! And that's exactly how I feel. So, for those of you who don't get hot like I do, I wish I was in your position. But it is nice in the winter when I'm not quite as cold as everyone else. So, and I know soon we'll be complaining about how cold it is. But for right now. So, yeah, I'm excited. Landa, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, I don't know. It's going to be exciting. And I don't know what Fran's going to reveal or not. The last hint I heard, and again, things that might have changed this last week, is that she was still going to do reproduction fabrics, which she did this last time. So it's just kind of our store specialty. It's Fran's love, and we have a lot of options for picking out really cool varieties. And yeah, Landa, we're breaking records here too. I heard there was a record that was broken in Salt Lake for that all-time high of 109. And I'm up a little bit farther north, so it wasn't quite that hot, but it still felt that hot. So we haven't had a ton of humidity, but we also have, because we've had some weird thunderstorms in the last couple of evenings. We've even had some flash flooding further south in Utah, and so it's kind of been crazy. But yeah, so the theme is, the only thing I can even think to tell you is just more reproduction fabrics. So I'll see if Fran wants to. It has, first of all, changed her mind, so don't hold me to that, because I haven't been part of this week-long planning session. And also if there's any other type of theme that she's sticking with. I don't think so. But again, I haven't been there, and I think a lot's happened this week, so it's exciting. So a lot of our customers love this Second Saturday program, and we sold out this year. So in previous years, for the first couple of months, we've been able to sell our last spots, and so people have been able to see the first block or two or three and say, oh, that looks fun, or and sign up. But this year we sold out. I think we were sold out the day it started, or if not the day it started, very, very close to that. So we'll just see how this year plays out. Sometimes we just do as much as the fabric allows. So Fran will pick like a border fabric or something that she needs a lot of, and she'll just get as much as she can of that. And then whatever, however much she can get of that is how many spots she can open up. So there's a lot of different factors that go into how many spots we can have open, but we will usually try to not go lower than what we've done this last year. So typically, our 4th of July was super, super popular. We did the most for that one. And then we did go down a little bit for the next one. But anyway, so that's where Fran is. That's why she's not here today. And then next week, I'm going to be on the road, and I'm going to have a special guest joining me on Village Vibes. So I'm very excited about that. So hopefully I won't have any technical difficulties with next week. So last week, 2 weeks ago, I think, when Fran was sick, I showed you guys the store sample that I'm working on. So this is it. And I had just picked it up from the store. I hadn't done anything with it 2 weeks ago. So a couple of weeks ago, I got it all cut out. And so these are all the fabrics. I've got a lot of oranges and blacks and charcoals and grays, just really pretty. And then this is the background. So cute. It's all Primitive Gatherings. Well, no, not all of it, but most of it's Primitive Gatherings fabric. And so there are 60 stars in this quilt. So I have started by making the flying geese. Let me show you guys. So this is 240 flying geese. And I have spent, and I have been busy. My family, I've got kids in school, and so we're home in the summer, and we're trying to do summer things and do fun things. And, oh, actually, I should show you one other thing. So anyway, I've been busy and haven't had tons and tons of time to spend on this, but I have spent any time that I can, and up here in my sewing room, I'm working on these flying geese. And when I have store samples, there are people at our store who make store samples who are very quick. And I would not say that I'm the quickest person. I just am busy. And when I have to prioritize work at the store, then I do the work at the store, and the store sample is kind of the secondary thing. So, but it is good for me to have a deadline of a store sample. So I do enjoy that because it makes me get stuff done. So my kind of mantra with store samples is I have to do something every day. And some days I got up here and I trimmed I just trimmed down 10 flying geese, squared them up. And that was all I got done for the day. But some days I sat, like last night, I think I did 30 flying geese. So I just, as much time as I have, I just try and come up here. And sometimes that's all what I need to get motivated to get up here, and then I'll end up getting a ton more done. So this kit, I believe, is available. If not, I will check on this. But we do have it at the store. We just don't have the sample ready for you to see. But this is what it looks like. So cute. I think it's going to be cuter than this picture even. And I can't wait. So the next step for me is to sew together all 60 of these stars. So hopefully I will have an update for you, maybe even next week. And I think I'm going to take these stars on my trip next week and finish sewing them together if I don't get them done this week. We'll see. I may have time to get them done this week. But I don't know if you guys remember, a couple months ago, I bought fabric and made a tote bag. And I've showed you guys the tote bag. So you can go back to a couple of Village Vibes ago, and I showed you my tote bag. Well, my aunt wanted to make one, and so I went down last week and had a little sewing retreat with my aunt and my mom, and we made these tote bags. They got theirs finished for a couple of reasons. I didn't get mine finished. One, because I forgot some of my fabric when I went down there, and two, my aunt needed some of my tools and supplies. So I just prioritized getting her stuff done. And so let me show you the colors though that I chose. So, I did get my outside pockets done. So this will be the outside of my bag. So the other one that I made was really bright, like pink and orange. It's really cute. I wish I had it up here. Oh, you know what? I do have some of my scraps from it though. So this was my other bag. See, these are my bits I just have sitting on in my scrap bin. So it's really fun floral fabric, and then this orange was the lining, and then this pink polka dot, which I'm kind of in love with, was the binding. It turned out really cute. So I thought this can be my summer work bag, and then this can be my more fall winter work bag. So this will go, this is the outside of the bag, and this will go like this, if you can kind of catch the vision. So, and then I've created kind of a unique way to make a handle, and so I actually want to show that to you guys. I'm not prepared to show you that today, but I don't know how many of you guys like to make bags or what, but if you use kind of bigger handles, strapping, sometimes you can buy really cute decorative strapping. Tulip Pink, I think, has some out now. Anyway, there's all sorts of really fun strapping. All you do is sew it on your bag. It looks adorable. You don't have to do anything. Other times the pattern will tell you to cover it in fabric, and that's what I did for my pink and orange bag. And then, but this one, we decided to kind of go rogue and make our own, and it turned out really cool. My mom did hers that way, and I want to show you guys how we did it because it's kind of fun. So, and it's not that difficult. I think it's easier than making a tube and, you know, pulling the strapping through the tube of fabric. So anyway, there's all sorts of options that you could do, but, okay. So I showed you my store sample. I showed you, I've shown you a lot, haven't I? Does anybody have any questions? I don't know why I can't see the comments on my iPad.
Is out.
Okay, holy cow.
Plays out sometime.
I don't want that. I wanted to just see I wanted to see if I could see, there we go. There we go. Okay, have I answered all of your, yeah, isn't the floral, Landa? Isn't that pretty? I don't know, I kind of found that fabric, and then orange. So when I first started quilting, I would have never said that orange was one of my favorite colors, but I think it's one of my favorite colors now. But actually, I love every single color because it's so interesting when you're doing a quilt and you're like, that needs yellow, that needs red, that needs blue, that needs green, it needs black. Black's another one I was so surprised that, you know, it would need something, or it needs gray, or, you know, you need all the colors. And a 2-color quilt is super fun. You know, there's places and times for everything, but sometimes you just need that right color. So I love that about quilting. That's one of the coolest gifts I think quilting has given me, is that I just love colors. I love them all. And so there's obviously still colors that I don't, you know, are not my favorite, or that particular shade or something, but so many times that particular shade will go perfectly in something and I will love it once it's in its home. So anyway, Okay. I think that's all I need to talk to you guys about today. I'm glad Facebook cooperated with me today and showed me the right direction. And I hope that you guys are just staying cool, figuring out a way to, I don't know. My sewing room is, so I don't know if you guys can hear, but I do have a window air conditioning unit in my sewing room. My sewing room is in the bonus room above our garage, and so it gets hot. And I do have an air conditioning vent in here, but it's just hot. So I have this window air conditioning unit, and typically we take it out, but this last winter was so mild we never even took it out of the window. And so this room, if I shut my door and I have my window air conditioning unit going on, this room actually can be the coolest room in the house. So this is a good place for me to be. So yeah, and then I've got a little mini fridge in my sewing room, which if you have space, a mini fridge in your sewing room is fantastic. So I usually have it stocked with water, but my kids come in and actually drink my water a lot. So I noticed today I'm out of water, but I have some soda in there because I am a soda girly. I have some protein shakes in there because sometimes when I'm up here, I'm like, I don't want to go down and get something to eat. I'm just going to drink a protein shake. And so it's nice. I don't really keep food or anything in there. And I can just be up here for a long time if I really want to. So anyway, okay, well, I hope that you guys have a great day. I hope you get some sewing done. I will be back with Fran in 2 weeks, and we will have big updates for you then. I hope you guys got our newsletter this week. We had big news about an upcoming retreat, and I was going to check. It may be sold out. Should I check for you guys? I don't want you to be mad at me if I tell you about it and it's sold out. Let me go look. We're having a retreat with Janet Nesbitt, and we're really excited. And so it is. Oh, we do have a few spots available. So, it's called Crazy Camp, and it is going to be, let me look up the details. Now, you guys, I get on here, and my brain goes blank, and I can't remember the details. Okay, so Crazy Camp, Janet Nesbitt, formerly Buggy Barn, now One Sister Design. It's going to be Friday, September 25th, and Saturday, September 26th. It will be from 10 to 5, both days, lunch included, time with Janet. You can work on any of her patterns. So if you have a kit in your stash, if you have a book of hers, a quilt you wanted to do, you're welcome to do any of those. Let me show you. Oh, Fran showed a couple of weeks ago. Do you see that cat quilt? How cute is that? This one has flowers and watering cans. This one's a really cool star one. I made one and I need to show it to you guys. It's downstairs, so I won't go grab it, but mine has stars and I love it. I don't know if I could find it very quickly for you. So it's 2 days, and the first day she's going to show us her crazy cutting method, which is how you get such really cool stuff in her quilts. So she'll show us that, and then you'll get to sew in your project, and then the next day I think she's doing an applique lesson, and then you'll continue to get to sew, and she will be just right with you. And if I could find my quilt my quilt really fast. Let's see. Let's do star. Should we see if Google can find it if I type in star quilt? looking like it. In fact, it looked like it froze. So, anyway, it's gonna be really exciting. But once we opened up the spots, we started selling spots really quickly. So, if you want to join us doing that, jump on that. Don't wait, because spots are limited. We are over halfway full. So, there's that. That's really exciting that we announced in our newsletter. And yeah, the newsletter is a great place to get good information. So if you're not signed up for our newsletter, go to villagedrygoods.com and you can sign up on our website, or next time you're in the store, just say, hey, I'm not getting the newsletters. Now, our email system did require you to opt in. That's been maybe a year. So we have to send you an opt-in email that you agree to, that you say you want to get emails from Village Dry Goods, and then you should get emails from us. So, cross your fingers. Emails, don't get me started on email. But anyway, okay, you guys have a great day. I'm going to quit jabbering now. Hope you're having fun. Stay safe, stay cool. Be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. The world needs more of that. And I'll talk to you next week. Okay, bye.